Hello and welcome to this live coverage of today's F2 Championship. You're joining us live in qualifying with 7 minutes to go. The current standing is Loosebot driving that Toronto GP car in P1. Barrett Crafter just behind him by half a second in P2, and Love My Geordie in the Advent F2 car in P3. I'm joined in the commentary box today, not by Lion Guy, not by Project User, but Blade Challenger. How you doing?
I'm not doing too bad. Thank you for letting me join you here today.
Yeah, no worries at all. And let us know, what are your predictions for today then, going off this quali as it is at the moment?
Well, so far, and looking at the championship standings, it's looking like Lucibot's doing pretty well around this track with about half a second over Bert Crafter. But other drivers such as Love My Geordie, Noah Gamer, and Prime Drifter as well. Although Prime Drifter in the crate right now is down in P11, so they're not doing particularly as well as you'd want the championship leader to be doing at the moment, would you?
Yeah, no, definitely. As we're seeing the drivers getting their last few laps now, only 6 minutes remaining of this qualifying session before we have two sprint races and feature races ahead of us.
Yeah, it's obviously like teams with what's it called? Apologies, this is my first time doing F2. Like Simso Sim and the Lamborghini, oh, they've just respawned. They're not doing too bad with a P7 at the moment. Also, Branson 9 in the Marussia. So, doing pretty well all-rounder for a lot of teams at the moment.
Yeah, and obviously, speaking of constructors, that's one of the very important things within F2, obviously, as it is a feeder series. And we have an interesting statistic here. I'm being told if Advent score more than 8.5 points in Japan today, specifically Tokyo, they'll become the F2 Season 3 Constructors Champion.
Wow.
So, already this early on in the season, they're able to secure it. We'll have to wait and see if they do so. Meanwhile, just under 5 minutes of qualifying remaining now. Noah Gamer currently tops pole position. His teammate follows him just behind in P2 of Love My Geordie. The gap between them is 2/10, and Loosebot just a little bit behind now. That's going to be about half a second gap. He's running 111.2, while Love My Geordie's on 110.6 and Noah Gamer 110.4.
Yeah, very, very dominant display from the Advan cars of Love My Geordie and Noah Gamer in this session and throughout the championship at the moment. And like you said, they are winning it very quickly. They're over 100 points, 130 points ahead of their fellow rivals of Prix, which is just goes to show.
Yeah, definitely. And it shows the difference, that's for sure. Bear with us one moment. Apologies for having some technical difficulties. It seems a little bit of stream lag.
But another person that's come into play is Lanor04 in the Brandstar right now, in P4 right now, as he just goes off into the runoff. But he's got a 1 minute 11.6 at the moment. About 4 tenths off Lucibot in P3.
Yeah.
So I have to say the black crates are not doing too amazing. They're doing P10 and P11 at the moment. I think they are called. What's the black crate?
Yeah, P10 and P11. That's Tactical and Incognito, and making their way through today's qualifying session with 3 minutes now remaining as they come around these last few tight weaving corners. See if we go on board.
It's a massive train, isn't it?
Yeah, really big trainer cars as they're going for their final few hot laps, and we will take you round a lap here at Japan. So this is going through the start-finish line. Into turn 1 is a cruising tightness right-hander. Got a nice little exit, making sure you don't run too wide into the barrier. You've got that fast uphill right-hander, back into a second right-hander, and then you're onto that fast belly, a corner, left-hander, through this back straight with the DRS as we go down off this highway section into the slip lane, holding it nice and tight. Back into a second tightening left-hander again. This Monaco Reminiscent. Oh, as he clips the wall there and resets. Yeah, just didn't quite get that lap right. Well, unfortunately, we won't get to see the rest of the lap there. You can see that first sector.
As
with incognito, we can see the rest of this lap as he comes around this left-hander into this double chicane, square reminiscent right-hander, a bit like Mexico.
As Miriam, sorry to interrupt, but Miriam goes P3 at the moment with a 110.9. At 3/10 off Love My Geordie for P3.
Yeah, it seems like we've got quite a contention for P3 there, so just Miriam, Sims and Loosebot all fighting in close contention for that position in P3. And in fact, just Miriam and Sims are separated by, it looks like, less than 1/100th of a second. If my maths are correct, that's 8,000ths of a second separating the two. That's completely negligible.
Yeah, it's fantastic to see how close these cars can be, especially since they're pretty much equal. So it just goes to show it's purely driver strength around this track here today. So whoever's going to win this race is purely the better driver. There's 1 minute to go and there's another massive train as they're all set off by just Miriam.
Yeah, it sure is. Let's go on board again as we have less than a minute remaining. 55 seconds and counting down.
44. It's interesting to see how close it is at the moment. I apologise, I shall be right back.
And let's take a look on some drivers on their hot laps then. Fexland currently on a hot lap. He's running through that final corner with a purple sector 1. Is he able to improve in his time from P16? Looks like he is able to. He makes his way up to P10 and that will probably be his last hot lap of the session unless he goes back to back. Loosebot also improving in sector 1 on his hot lap. He was up in P1 just a short while ago. He's now in P5 as he's unable to improve in his second sector. Noah Gamer also improving on his second sector, however. It seems like they're all in close contention. That was a crate spinning around there. Not sure who is driving that car and responsible for that mishap. Loosebot is navigating his way through these final 2 corners coming up here. We have that first right-hander into the second and last right-hander. Is he able to improve his time from P5? And he's able to. He goes
fastest.
pole position. That's a great lap he's pulled out there. I don't know how he didn't get any faster sectors there. Perhaps there's some kind of glitch, but that is a great drive from him. And he takes pole position temporarily, but Noah Gamer is still on a hot lap. We'll see if Noah Gamer can improve. I think he stopped somewhere on the track though. Yeah,
he's stopped. He's not doing it anymore. He's aborted his lap.
I think that's going to be pretty much it. No one else seems to be on a push. We take a look, and yeah, that's going to be pretty much it. So Loosebot in the nick of time takes pole position as he starts from P1, followed by the 2 advents of Noah Gamer and Love My Geordie behind him in P2 and P3. Sims tops off that top 4, starting from P4, JX Miriam in P5. If we cast our eyes a little bit further down the grid, we can see that in P6 we have that brand star of Lanor, and in P7 and P8 Hawk and Boat Crafter, P9 Prime Drifter, and something of that P10 Fexalan.
Yeah, it's a very close top 4. They're all separated by about, if I'm right, 6/10, so nearly half a second separates the top 4.
Yeah, very,
top 5.
Very, very close indeed, that's for sure.
I do have to say though, further down the grid is Prime Drifter, the person that is the championship leader. Can they improve in the race? Because they're all the way down in P9, and it's not exactly where you want to be in a qualifying session, is it?
Yeah, that's for sure. Well, we are soon to be getting underway, so let's go over and head to our intro. So hello and welcome to Ion F2 Season 3 Round 8, where today you join us directly live from Tokyo, Japan, with the sprint race and feature race ready to go ahead of us today. And there you can see, interestingly, if Advan Racing scores more than 8.5 points today here in Japan, they will become the F2 Season 3 Constructors Champion. As well as that, the Tokyo Street Circuit is the only figure of 8 circuit style on this season's calendar. So let's take a look at today's very interesting track. 17 corners, a range of them to the left and right, all based around the city of Tokyo in Japan. You can see we have an elevation through that second sector, the uphill and downhill between the highways. And there are our two DRS zones, one on the home straight and the second one on the back straight on that highway section. So let's take a look at our grid at the moment as the drivers are forming up. We currently see the drivers getting into their positions, ready to go. Obviously, Noah Gamer starting on that pole position. We'll see what, Loosebot starting on pole position. We'll see what he's able to do from that pole position and see if he's able to achieve maximum points both in that sprint and feature race. As said earlier, I'm joined by Blade Challenger, and obviously your commentator here, Despicable Devil. And we just see the command to jump in and out for the race. Blade Challenger, what are your predictions for this sprint race coming up then?
Well, judging by the grid order so far, I feel as though it could be quite a clean sweep for the Advan team of the Scent, with Noah Gamer and Love My Geordie, but I do feel like Lucibot will somehow get in there and get involved, unless someone from the back can disrupt the flow, such as Prime Drifter, the championship leader. Someone to keep an eye on.
I definitely think we're kind of a bit of a Red Bull Mercedes incident here, as we just see the the command for watch your lights. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And away we go here in Tokyo, Japan. Looks like Loosebot doesn't get a great start. The Advan pulls across into the middle. Noah Gamer and Love My Geordie right on the back of him. It looks like Prime Drifter's starting to get involved in the mix. Love My Geordie seems to be leaving into turn 1. Loosebot's already lost that lead, but he's still right on the back of them. We see cars going off, hitting the barrier, spinning off to the right there. Not sure who that was. We'll check back on that in the replay. Loosebot seems to regain the lead now as they go through this first DRS section. No DRS yet, as DRS has not been turned on. The two Advans right on him, neck and neck, as they come through this tight second sector. Loosebot still leads the two cars. Following in, who's going to be able to get the better exit before we enter the box double apex corner? Looks like Loosebot still maintains that lead, but the Advans are getting that benefit of slipstream as they come in. Who can get the better exit? Oh, and it looks like Loosebot slightly lost the rear as he falls back and back into that crowd. The two Advans beginning to escape away now. That's really unfortunate for Loosebot, starting from pole position. He's dropping back. It looks to be around P4, P5, where Bart Crafter and JX Miriam are. The two Advans getting away now. Noah Gamer followed by Love My Geordie. And it looks like Boat Crafter's on the back of those three. We'll see if Loosebot's able to regain those positions that he had so far as they come around this final corner to complete the first lap of many, 13 to be precise, of this sprint race.
Wow, fantastic start from those Advan cars of Love My Geordie and Noah Gamer. Lucibot really was fighting for it, but then he completely lost it after he had a little bit of an incident. But it does seem like Bert Crafter is still having to fend him off, fend Lucibot off for that P3 place. So we'll have to keep an eye on the top 3 there. But another person to keep, like I said, to keep an eye on is Prime Drifter. He's getting involved as well. He's come from P9 now, he's in P5. Definitely someone to keep an eye out for. There's Lanaro 4 and Copiaz.
Yeah, very tight up there. Boat Crafter currently holding on to that P3 position with the fastest lap. We'll see how tight Loosebot is to the back of him. sorry, just thought I saw one of the advents going around there. Noah Gamer, he is a 300th of a second behind his teammate Love My Geordie in P1. Barcrafter follows behind them by 4/10, and Loosebot is 1/10 behind him. Topping behind that top 4, we have Lanor driving in that Brand Star car as we see the 2 advents now coming around that final corner and crossing the line to complete the second lap of 13 here in Tokyo at Japan. Make sure to let us know in the comments who you are supporting, who you'll be backing for this sprint race, and who should we be watching out for.
Oh, and Lanor is pushing his way through. He looks to be making, he was earlier just making a bit of a move on Lucibot, but he's holding it off into P4. So I wonder if Lucibot will be seeing a bit of an overtake from Lanor. Can Lanor keep up his pace that he's got so far?
Yeah, very interesting indeed. I know there were prior talks of Lanor and Toronto GP, so see if they can...
Oh, and Locopiad! Spin slightly, Locopiad.
Oh, was it Locopiad? Where is he now?
Yeah, he's further down. He's in P8.
Oh yeah, he's falling back and back through that grid now. Don't know if we got that one on camera there, but he spun round and round. Just couldn't quite get that corner right as he hits the barrier again. Yeah, Locopiad really not getting these corners right. Seems like he's lacking a bit of skill through this tough track. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a difficult circuit, but maybe he's just not made for it.
Yeah, but definitely further down the grid though, you do see a lot of people fighting for it as you see Locopiad going further and further down the grid, but seeming to keep the pace at the same time. But Boat Crafter, who was way up ahead in P4, I think it was, and is now all the way down in P10.
Yeah, not sure what's gone on there. Must have been some kind of incident. We'll keep our eyes out for that one.
As he smacks into a wall actually on the exit, on the entrance to the highway section. But yeah, it's just a lot of the grid has really mixed about. Lucibot was on pole position, but is now in P3 with Love My Geordie and Noah Gamer still leading. As Love My Geordie seems to really be pulling away from Noah Gamer, so he's really working that advan there. Oh, it's a red flag.
Yep, so that's just going to indicate that the collisions have been turned on for the sprint race. Obviously, the sprint race being the only race in F2 where we see collisions.
Yep,
so
forgot about that.
need to make sure that they are clear of any traffic. That's going to be interesting for the 2 advent cars up ahead, as they're pretty close to each other. Same with Prime Drifter, who's pretty much near to the back. Oh, I'd say that seems to form a little bit of a gap to a Loosebot in P3 now. Loosebot really trying to keep up to those front 2 who have just got so much pace.
Yeah, Lucibot has really now got the backhand, got the really wrong end of the stick here because he was in pole position, but now that collision's on, it's going to be even harder to gain back that top position. But Prime Drifter also looking like the type of driver to really be pushing for that lead as well. So I reckon the top 4 will start to see quite a bit of a mix of positions or even some overtakes.
Yeah, definitely going to be tight and interesting, that is for sure. As we are
Prime Drifter.
Does he get something
Prime Drifter.
wrong? Oh,
Yeah, he got a little bit of rear end.
No, yeah. So he must be really pushing. We haven't talked about compounds yet. I see he's on the hard, so I presume that's the most common choice for all the cars. Is he on hard?
Yeah, he is. But there is a few people on mediums, nobody on softs though, and that's I'm guessing that's the right idea because softs won't last more than about 8 laps, I reckon.
Yep, I'm guessing that's the data they've got from those that free practice then. As we go on to lap 6 here at Tokyo. Nearly halfway through the sprint race already. Seems like we haven't been going for hardly ever. But hey ho.
Yeah, it's
Interestingly, Loosebot's really caught up to the back now of Noah Gamer. That gap, I'm being told, is 1.7 seconds. So that was down from 3 seconds, and he's taken nearly half that time off. See what he's able to do over the next few laps and sectors.
Yeah, he really has caught up after that mistake. He's really brought it back. But it's whether Noah Gamer will be able to fend him off or not is a different question. But it does seem like Prime Drifter keeps getting a bit of rear end through that bit just now. He does lose a little bit. Down the grid though, it seems like there's a bit of a pile up from the Crake and the Brandstar going on I think it's down in P16 it was, but it's going on to the entrance to the highway. There was a bit of two cars spinning there and they're blocking the entrance to the highway.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. It seems like there's some kind of crash or incident there. Didn't quite catch that one though. If we look towards P9 now, there's a little bit of a battle for that position. Tomek is there. He's, well, it looks like about just under a second in front of Locopiade in P10. Hawk is just over a second behind him in 1 second, so that's going to be a tight contention for those point position finishes. Locopiade obviously not scoring points, neither for Tomek. Incognito in P8 being the lowest position to score points.
Oh, and it seems Officer Cap has lost his position. Oh no, he's just kept his position, sorry. But they are Lanor 4, just JX Miriam? Yeah, JX Miriam and Officer Cap are really fighting for that P5 position, sorry. They're quite close at the moment.
Yeah, he's got to make sure if he does do an overtake, that is performed and done so here. Oh, did he make a bit of a lunge there down the inside? Couldn't quite tell.
Yeah, Lanor made the move for that P6 position, yeah. Going into the car park area.
Yeah, so it's a nice overtake for him there. Apologies, a little distracted. So his eyes are going to be heading towards JX Miriam, who's just a little bit down the road. Not many laps to go now. We're on lap 8 out of 15.
Yeah. It's still very close. If you look back also at P9, P10, it's still quite close between those two. And also the same in... there's not really much else. There's only two real close cars at the moment. I guess everyone's been a bit cautious, but Love My Geordie, I can tell you what, he's not being cautious. 5 seconds ahead of Noah Gamer now. He's pushing hard. But further down, Lanor is... I think Lanor's lost JX Miriam here, as Miriam's about 3 seconds ahead now.
Yeah, JX Miriam really pushing. I don't know whether it's Lanor made a mistake, but he's kind of kept his gap off the cap behind, so I think it's just that top 4 echelon of cars really pushing. Interestingly, Loose Spot's kind of held that... Oh, who was that going round and round? Was that Tomek? I think it may have been. We just got a...
No.
See if I can get a replay. It looked like he hit into the wall.
Oh no, that was Sim.
Oh, yeah. Very well.
Lapped car.
Down in P.
Oh, and Tomek. Oh, and there's a big crash.
That's a massive pile up there, completely blocking the road. Oh, as he comes back across. Tomek closes the gap. That's going to be a massive incident for the cars coming around. As 2 more cars get involved. The Brandstar's coming around now. Is he going to be able to get through clearly? Ridley comes through clearly. What a massive pile up there. We've got that in replay.
Wow.
Look at that again in a second. But
yeah, forget the Sim replay. Let's see if we want to see that really.
Yeah, let's have a look at that replay again then here.
Wow, that was interesting. I saw it in the corner of my eye when I was watching Tomek, and he was just lost it a little bit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right, let's have a look here. So we see this replay. So the 2 cars are there. He comes round the corner and obviously goes over the top of one of them. And then that car comes back across, barely misses that car. Tomek kind of squeezes him. I don't know how them two didn't collide. And then this was the most radical thing, mad thing. They're right in the way of the racing line. So both the Vexala and that second car both collide. Actually, I think Vexala got through there clear somehow. And then Ridley
barely
comes through clearly.
Wow, that was an interesting incident there.
Yeah, definitely was. Let's take a look back at our race at the moment then. Love My Geordie still leading with a gap of 6.2 seconds. Behind him is Noah Gamer and Loose Spot, who has again closed that gap, and that's held on to 1.5 seconds. So Loose is going to be really looking to do something here. He's really going to be intending to take that position, but if he does, he has not got many laps left to do it.
Yeah, I mean, Luke, I think Love My Geordie, so long as he doesn't make any major mistakes, he's got this in the bag here. But it does seem like Prime Drifter and Lucibot will be having a bit of a battle soon, as well as Noah Gamer actually. They're all separated by about 2 seconds. So we'll definitely be seeing, a battle between those 3 soon. as they're all going very wide out of that corner, taking all the wall possible.
Yeah, Prime Drifter is obviously going to be a threat from loose spot behind. Got a bit of a sandwich here, car in front and car behind. And it seems like Prime Drifter's just found another gear in that car. He's really pushing.
Was there a little bit of an incident there? No.
Is that a back
Who
marker?
was that?
I think they're coming up to a back marker now. Thank you.
Oh, can you spice things up?
Five.
Oh, no, a game has spun!
It's the two leaders that are out. 2 leaders are out of this sprint race here. That's Love My Geordie and Noah Gamer Taker as Loose Spot then spins and hits into the barrier.
No, that's not Love My Geordie.
Is that Prime Drifter taking the lead? Or is that a back marker unlapping themselves there? I can hardly tell.
No, Love My Geordie's okay. He was way ahead there. Nothing happened there, but it was just Noah Gamer by loss of time.
It's like Loose Spot's hit the handbrake. What on earth happened?
He's drifting. What's going on there?
Is he had a punch?
It's Jake's Miriam in P2.
I do not believe that. We've had a complete shuffle now. My leaderboard saying Love My Geordie followed by Prime Drifter following Loose Spot, but that's completely shuffled there, that order. And I think, again, we're going to have to look at a replay there to see what happened, because I do not have a clue.
Wow.
Let's take a look.
I think it was just a...
Oh, it seems that we've missed it slightly. That's just the overtake there on Loose Spot as he lost the rear. But yeah, that let us know if you saw what happened there, because that one was absolutely crazy as we're on the second last lap now of this sprint race.
Wow. So Prime Drifter is in P2 now.
Yeah, he
but I can tell you what, Geordie's, I can tell you, there's probably a smile on Geordie's face there. 8.5 seconds ahead of Prime Drifter. He's avoided that one nicely.
Definitely a smile on his face, that's for sure, as he's extended that gap. I don't know how happy he'll be about his teammate getting taken out there. So our current top 3 is Love My Geordie, followed by Prime Drifter, followed by JX Miriam. Let's take a look at JX Miriam here. He's in P3, just ahead of Loose Spot by 3 seconds. You'd like to think he'd be able to hold on to that position for this second last lap. Oh, is that a strategy by the drivers there, hitting into that wall, or did he not mean to do that?
I don't know.
I think that might be a little bit of a strategy there, a bit of wall banging as they call that. Comes around.
I can tell you what, Noah Gamer is going to be absolutely horrified after that crash. He was P2 and now he's P5. He's probably lost a load of race positions there.
Yeah, I'm sure he's a bit happier that it's a sprint compared to the feature race, so he's still got that to himself. And we'll have to run the numbers, but I believe at the moment, if Love My Geordie crosses the line in P1, I think that will be the Constructors' Championship going to Advan. As we go on to this lap now, we'll see if we can confirm that.
So how many points are scored in a sprint race for P1?
Yeah, that's what we need to confirm to see if they'll win.
Wow, it's been an exciting race, definitely something to keep an eye on, but further down the grid actually is Tomac. Always getting involved, Tomac. He's probably getting in everywhere, he's probably getting in all the incidents here. As they're all pushing for that, I think that's the P11 position there.
Yeah, let's take a look back to our leader then, of Love My Geordie, as he's navigating his way through the second sector. On the last lap of this this sprint race at Japan. And we're just trying to...
Oh yeah, he's going to be very happy in that cockpit. And there he goes, swerving and swerving. And there he goes.
As he comes through that finish line to take the win here at Japan for the sprint race. P1 goes to Love My Geordie. Prime Drifter now coming through the final corner. He's swerving. He is over the moon with this success. P2 comes home to secure that second podium position. JX Miriam, to be fair, fairly close behind him, comes home to secure P3. Loose Spot collides with a back marker as he comes the line to finish P4. Noah Gamer coming across to finish P5. Officer Cap driving that Vexala P6. Incognito making his way around the final corner and last straight to finish P7. Lanor, who's had a bit of an unfortunate drive really. He was up there at times. I guess he may have got tangled in some incidents. He comes across the line to finish P8. Branson right behind him comes across the line to finish P9. And Lecuvier all the way down in P10 comes across top off our top 10.
I think they're all hitting each other on purpose here.
Yeah, I do get that impression, that's for sure. and I've just confirmed that it looks like Advan have won the F2 Constructors Championship. They have scored a total from this specific sprint race of 21 points, exceeding the 8.5 required from this weekend. So Advan are your championship constructor winners for season 3.
Wow, interesting. So is this the feature race straight away then?
Yeah, so we're going straight into the feature race now. So we'll head over to our heli mix whilst we're waiting for the cars to get set up on this grid.
All right.
And make sure to let us know in the chat who you are supporting, who you will be watching within this feature race to come.
So, interesting race. Love my Geordie, winning over 12.5 seconds ahead of everyone else. That is something to be proud of, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely is.
I feel like Geordie can, if possible, maybe try and win again. But, obviously, it's reverse grid. So who's that going to put on pole position? That is the question. I think that puts Lanor on pole.
Yeah, so it'll be a reverse P10. So if we have a look at the results that are here, the order will be starting in P1, Lecopiade, who finished all the way down in P10, and then Branson, Lanor, Incognito, Officer Cap, Never Gamer, Loosebot, JX Miran, Prime Drifter, and Love My Geordie, who previously won the sprint race, now starting in P10 with that reverse grid for the feature race.
And I think Capitan Bo ain't supposed to be on that grid.
He definitely isn't, that's for sure.
Okay, I guess he's driving for Audi.
Is that someone running down the lane there who's let their car drive away? Not quite sure who that was. Matt's for someone. It's one of the Audis by the looks of it.
I guess that must be Match's boat. Sure. So I think everyone should be moving up a position. Should. There we go. Is it Branson starting on pole position?
I believe it's Lecopiade starting on pole position.
Alright. Because it seems like it could be a Marisha front row lockout at the moment. Oh. We can have to wait for a little bit whilst we see who's going to be starting where, and just wait for the reverse grid to be properly done, because I think they're just seeing that at the moment. To us, Marisha have been very quiet throughout this race, actually.
Yeah.
They haven't really been doing much.
Only scored the point, well, no points, sorry, because obviously their two drivers finished P9 and P10. So we'll see if they're able to achieve any points in this feature race to come.
I just love my Geordie starting down in P10. And the Gamer P nuts. So P6. So yeah, that is the Advan are now Constructors Champions. It's quite a result for them, I guess. I'm glad they got that over and done with in the sprint.
Like We're getting the command to jump in and jump out. And there is the command to watch your lights here as we wait to get ready for the feature race here in Tokyo, Japan. As one of the... Oh, no, going back into the pits. Well, sorry, when the advance appeared to thought they'd full started. They're just going into the pits, though.
Yeah, Geordie is in the pits.
There he comes back out. I still love my Geordie. Must have had some kind of issue with his car there. As he forms up back on the grid. As we wait for the light sequence to begin momentarily, the drivers jumping in and out just to ensure that their names are on those leaderboard systems. Sure would be a shame if they put all that effort in. They weren't able to read the award.
So yeah, that is a Marisha front row lockout.
Yeah, as a result of the reverse grid. Hopefully we should be going away any moment now. There's the command to watch the lights. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And away we go at Tokyo. That's a very immediate start. The Marisha starting on pole position, and the Copier seems to get a bad start. I already see one of the Advents pushing up on the outside, going into the inside of turn 1. They need to try and make it out nice and clearly. No collisions as of yet. There will be no collisions in this feature race. It looks like the Marisha's already lost that lead, and there's a brand star up there. I believe that's a brand star of Lana. He's worked his way up. It's saying he's in P3 at the moment. We'll wait to see the update as they cross that first sector line. The Copier holding onto that lead. Incognito just behind by 4 tenths as they go down onto the slipway off the highway, working their way into those first few corners. Who's going to have to get the exit right here? There's Vexala joining in with that fight now. I believe that's Vexalan joining in with that contribution. Someone running down the track as the two Advents dive their way to the lead. Loosebot slowly working his way up to the lead as well there, and I believe that's Noah Gamer already maintaining and holding on to that lead so early in the race. He started down in P10 as a result of, he started down at the back as a result of a good performance in the sprint race. He's already worked his way up, and so is the second Advan. Noah Gamer and Love My Geordie both up there at the front of that. We'll wait as they come around this final corner to complete the first racing lap of the feature race, as Lecopier just doesn't quite get that exit right, smashing into the wall. And yeah, we are right. Noah Gamer holds onto this lead already. Officer Cap follows by 8 tenths. Love My Geordie right behind him as well. The leaderboard saying they cross the line at the same time. Followed by Prime, Drifter, JX Miriam and Incognito. You can see those positions coming up on your screen now. And Blake Chandra, what did you think of that start then?
It was very interesting. I feel like Noah Gamer got a fantastic first lap, you know, coming from P6 to P1. But Officer Cap also getting a great start, and as well as Prime Drifter, who's up into P3.
Yeah, that is for sure. And Noah Gamer is struggling to hold on to this lead here. Prime Drifter only 4 tenths behind him. Love My Geordie right on the back of them. Loosebot's beginning to join into the action here. Lecopier just behind him. Sims holding on to the fastest lap as we're on our second lap out of 26 here. Many more to go. Many more interesting fights. Love My Geordie looks to have taken the position from Prime Drifter, but we'll see as it updates as they cross the line. Going around this final corner, it's tight and tight. Is he going to be able to get the benefits of the slipstream? Crossing the line, has he taken P2? We wait for it to update. He's been unable to take P2. 3 tenths separate Prime Drifter and Love My Geordie. Prime Drifter just getting the fastest lap on that lap. I think the Loosebot made a massive mistake there because he's down into P7. It may be the fact that those 3 drivers are just so tight. Yeah, I think it is. If we cast our eyes back, Sims, Lecopier and Loosebot all really tight, and Whitey Derrick now all in really, really close contention. Let's go on board with Loosebot here as he works his way through the end of this first and into second sector.
I'm not going to lie to you, that top 3 is looking so close. We can't actually judge who's in the lead right now, but by the looks of things, it could be Noah Gamer or Prime Drifter. Love My Geordie seems to be further slightly back. It does look like Noah Gamer is leading, but Will that stay the same? We don't know. But Officer Cap also in P4. Will he be able to get involved? Maybe, because he's not that far off. He's about a second off the lead right now, followed by Sim, who's also doing really well. But someone I'm really surprised about doing not too well is Lucibot.
Yeah, he's down in P8 at the moment. 3 seconds from him to the leader. Seems like he's got quite a bit of traffic in front of him. Noah Gamer holding on to the lead at the moment. That's what we're watching navigate through that first corner. He has a gap of 8 tenths to his teammate Love My Geordie behind him. And Prime Drifter is a short half a second behind him as well. He's beginning to form a little bit of a barrier. Oh, is it coming down? It's coming down now. Sim's setting a purple sector 1. Down in P4. He's taken that position from Officer Cap, just barely though. Just about 3 tenths separating them as he's still fighting for that position.
Oh, and Sim spins!
Oh, round and round he goes. I just casted my eyes away from the monitor as he spun to see if we can get a replay on that one. But yeah, just as he was about to set a fastest lap, it set a purple sector 1 and then loses about 5 positions in that sector.
Noah Gamer really pulling away at the moment, but Love My Geordie very close behind, followed by Prime Drifter and Officer Cap. But further back than that, it doesn't seem to be much of a gap as it has frozen slightly. There we go. We're back. But Officer Cap does seem to be getting involved here. Will Officer Cap be able to get on the podium here for that Vexala?
That would be a fresh change. Let's take a look at that replay there of Sim spin. Hopefully we have it. We're watching that ad van.
Yeah, here he is.
There we are on board with him. So he goes into that corner. Doesn't take too much speed. Hits the barrier. Goes over
the bump. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, so just a bit too much speed and then obviously lost control of the car as he goes over the sausage curbs. Let's look back at our track mix now as tensions are rising as what happened in the Cold War. Prime Drifter has taken P2 from Love My Geordie. He's set a purple sector 1 at the moment. He's still fighting closer contention. Love My Geordie just taking back the position for the moment. The gap being a 2 tenths separating the two. Prime Drifter also holding on to that fastest lap. So he's going to get that extra championship point, which will all help his lead for the moment.
Yeah, Prime Drifter not doing too bad at the moment. He keeps fighting back and forth with Love My Geordie. It does seem like Prime Drifter is back in P2. But Noah Gamer just seems to be really calm at the moment and collected. And then we're just waiting for the first round of pit stops, really, because these tyres won't last the whole race. So we all will be about strategy.
Strategy is definitely going to be interesting for these teams today.
What do you reckon strategy going to be like so far?
Good question. I think it's down to what the teams have been able to collect as data. Seems like there's a wide range of strategies that will occur, as they usually do as F2. Ideally, teams will be able to get it down to a 1-stop, but if that's not viable, they'll go for a 2-stop. That may be the option where they're able to run different tyres. There's not much conservation that's got to occur on those tyres. It does mean that they're going to be running slower on those compounds. They do go for 2-stop compared to, they do go for 1-stop compared to 2-stop.
Yeah, it's interesting. But Prime Drifter doing really well to keep it, but Officer Cap also doing fantastic in that Vexala, keeping that P3 position, and it seems they've lost the top 2. But will there be any further overtakes further back, as just Miriam is fighting with Lanoro 4 and Whitey Derrick is fighting with Lucibot, and then there's Officer Cap with Prime Drifter. There's a bunches of 2 drivers just battling around this lap, which is fantastic to see.
Definitely interesting.
There's a bunch of pairs of drivers. There's further back, Lambo Van and Vexalan fighting it out in that Brand Star and the Vexala. But further up ahead though, you've got to focus on this battle for that podium position, as it seems like Whitey Derrick is getting involved for that podium, and it seems like Whitey Derrick could be making a move here for P3. But further up ahead is Prime Drifter. Can this be a double? No, not P3, so it's P4. Could this be a 3-4 for the Prix team? We'll have to find out. So it could be an Advan 1-2 and then a Crate 3-4 and then I don't know. Further back, we'll just have to watch out. Be interesting to see, wouldn't it? But further back of the grid, drivers like Lacopiad and Branson, who started 1-2 with the front row lockout, are now all the way back in P9 and P15. Is this just a sign of what the drivers are like in his team? I'll have to find out. Can they bring it back further in the race? Stay tuned and you'll find out. But further ahead of them is just Miriam and Lanor04 fighting for that P7 position. But just Miriam getting an improved sector 1. Can Lanor04 bring it back and try and overtake them? We'll have to find out very soon. But Lanor04 getting very, very close between them. But further up ahead of them is Officer Cap and Lucibot, which is a fight for that P5 position. YG Derek is doing well to keep that P4 position at the moment, pulling away from him very ever so slightly. But top 2 is that Advan team. 2.5 seconds separate the top 2, which is definitely something. It's a show of how dominant these teams are in this race. But Prime Drifter and YG Derek is nothing. But Officer Cat boxes, that is the first one of the first, and Somo Sim have also boxed, as well as Burke Crafter, they've all boxed now. So Officer Cat and Officer Cat, Simso Sim have boxed. So could this be Officer Cat trying to get the undercut on the driver's head, but Lucibot is fighting around with YT Derek, trying to fight for that P4 position. Remember, there is still a fight for this Drivers' Championship, so be sure to stay tuned and watch all the other races for future to find out who will be the Driver World Champion. So far, it is Prime Drifter, but 1 point behind is Noah Gamer. I think Noah Gamer currently is beating Prime Drifter in the Drivers' Championship. But not far behind them, about 13 points, sorry, is Love My Geordie. And then further behind them is Lucibot. I have to say, I haven't seen Srosh at all this weekend, who is in P5 of the Championship, as Lucibot goes ahead and boxes now for those fresh tyres. What will Lucibot be on next? We'll find out in just a minute. But Prime Drifter looking pretty solid in that P3 position, as it looks like Love My Geordie has made a move for the lead here. What's going on here? Has Lower Gamer made a mistake? Well, it's interesting to see that Noah Gamer has now officially spiced up the race. He's got Love My Geordie now fighting for the lead. Could this be a double win for Love My Geordie? 2 wins in a row, beating his teammate. Be very nice to see. But will that push Noah Gamer further back to Prime Drifter? And then we'll see a proper championship battle, wouldn't we? But further ahead of them is Estelle. So will that interrupt any racing here? It seems like Lucibot was the only person to box last lap. So a 10 out of 26 laps. But still very close between these two Advan cars of Love My Geordie and No Gamer. So close as they're going down the main straight. Coming into now turn 1 and then turn 2. Very long turn 1 and then a turn 2. Very long and difficult corner. You have to be very precise. But going now onto the highway section. Love My Geordie still seems to be on top here with about 0.2 tenths separates these drivers. That's how close this is at the moment. So can Noah Gamer bring it back? As my background has just fallen over. I apologise. As it's very close between these two drivers. Oh my days, my setup falling apart.
Very close indeed now. 2 tenths separate the two as they come into this double apex section. Who's going to be able to get a better exit? Looks like Love My Geordie does. 600ths of a second separate the two. They are literally inside of each other, coming round this second and into third sector. Looks like Love My Geordie still holding on to that lead, but we'll see and wait what the leaderboard says. Again, side by side through these few corners. How one of them hasn't made a mistake, I do not know. Their concentration is insane right now, working their way through this final corner onto the home straight. And it looks like Noah Gamer has taken that lead. He's got a better exit on the second and last corner as they cross the line. And it is true. Noah Gamer has taken the lead of this sprint race, and he is now ahead by 3/10. But it looks like Love My Geordie is coming back to fight again. Through turn 1, they're side by side going up into the right hander of turn 2. Oh, as Love My Geordie hits the wall and he begins to fall back. Noah Gamer just extending that lead he already has on him.
Wow, it's so close between these two drivers, and I apologise for having my background fall down. But it's like, oh, and Noah Gamer, he hits the wall there, I think, or is that just the lag spike? Me doing that, but it does look like Noah Gamer is maintaining that lead now. It is 1.1 seconds separate them now, so Noah Gamer really is starting to pull away. But they were so fast and so consistent. They weren't slowing each other down. They were making each other way faster.
Yeah,
they were literally losing Prime Drifter. As you see a Lamborghini there. I think that was Tomek. Yep, that was Tomek. Always spinning there. By the time we see Tomek, he's always spinning, which is quite hilarious.
Yeah, as we are halfway now, we head on to our halfway mark. Noah Gamer and Love My Geordie not having pit yet, so we can expect them to be coming into the pit soon if they're going for a one-stop strategy here today.
Oh, what happened to Love My Geordie? He's made a massive mistake there. What's going on there? Yeah, he spun onto the highway entrance, but to what looks like lost him a lot of time there. But Prime Drifters looks like he's also made a mistake. He's now 10 seconds behind the leader. So Noah Gamer back up into the position he was before.
Yeah, cracking stuff here, and make sure to let us know in the YouTube chat who you will be supporting.
Yeah. Personally, I think it's going to be another 1-2 for the team. But further down the grid, Lycopia bringing back those positions down P6 with just JX Miriam ahead of him. But Lucibot, who's boxed, has now caught back up. So can Lucibot bring that undercut power into play? They're on the medium tyres, whilst Noah Gamer and Love My Geordie are on the hard tyres, as Prime Drifter now boxes as well as Pexelan. So, what is Prime Drifter getting onto what tyres is Prime Drifter now on? We'll find out as he now just comes out of the pits. He's been overtaken by Sim Prime Drifter. He'll be all the way down in P9 as Prime Drifter is now on the hard tyres. So it looks like Lucibot will be doing a 2-stopper, and just the hard tyre runners of Noah Gamer and Love My Geordie will be doing a 1-stop. Because Lucibot is on those medium tyres, sorry. But he is fighting the Copiad for that P5 position.
Yeah, ever so crucial point, as much as he needs. And with livery following along that GP car. Just in behind, is that a back marker or is that a Vexala getting involved? Is that Sim getting involved there? Is that Officer... No, I think that's Officer Cam getting involved. That little confrontation there. Seems like Lucibot's been...
As Noah Gamer and Love... Sorry to interrupt, but Noah Gamer and Love My Geordie have now boxed for the new tyres. Here they go.
Yeah, both copying each other's strategy. So I think it's all going to be about who can get away quicker.
Yeah, onto the hard tyres again.
Noah Gamer gets a clear getaway.
As Officer Cap.
What's happening? Love My Geordie, what is happening? It seems like he's done 2 pit stops now. He's stuck in the pits. Is he going to lose any positions to the cars behind? We'll see as he comes out. Has the overcut almost for him worked? The cars come past.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but it looks like Lucibot and Officer Cat have made that undercut work wonders right now. They're up into P1 and P2. So the thing is, though, they'll have to box again soon. So they'll have to pull a gap to Noah Gamer.
That's the only problem with that early strategy. So it has worked initially, but they're either going to have to make those tyres work incredibly hard and last incredibly long, or they're going to have to do a 2-stop, in which case they need some insane pace and they need to make up a pit stop's worth time on the cars behind them, who are now on fresher tyres than they are.
Yeah, as Lucibot actually makes a bit of a mistake there, so that's not going to help what you just said he needs to do, gain that pit stop gap. He'll need to keep pushing hard to make this 2-stopper work. But I reckon he'll come out in about P6, I think, if he boxes again. Yeah, P6. But Prime Drifter, love my Geordie, really did get held back by that pit stop there. He's now working his way back up, fighting Derek and Boak Crafter for that P6 position. So he's going to have to work absolute wonders here. Look out! That's my Geordie! Makes a massive mistake there. He spins slightly. Oh dear. He was trying to get into P6, but he just made a massive mistake and spinning on the entrance of the highway, and ended up not being able to make that overtake and losing a ton of time.
That is really unfortunate for him, as we are on a lap 16 out of 26 now. 10 laps.
That's Officer Cap is disconnected. Officer Cap is disconnected.
Oh, no. The driver in P3 who performed that undercut strategy throws away everything he's fought for. That is really unfortunate.
Dear. Oh dear, oh dear.
And that's going to be Prime Drifter then, moving up into P3. He's on that podium at the moment then. Sims move up from P5 into P4, and Whitey Derek from P6 into P5.
Yeah, as it looks like Noah Gamer has gained back the lead actually, even though Lucibot has got the undercut. Noah Gamer has pulled it back even though he's on the fresher hards. And Lucibot's on the mediums. Lucibot's really going to have to make those tyres work if he really wants the strategy to really do what he wants.
Right, for sure, and make sure to let us know in the chat who you are supporting, who you will be following. Tyler Bennett says, I'd like to run GP. Well, Lucibot's doing pretty good at the moment in PT. We'll see if he's able to hold on to that. Whether he does make this 2-stop strategy go successful. As it looks like, is that Lucibot fighting with Noah Gamer now for the lead? Oh, correction, sorry, I think I might have had a little bit of a glitch there. Oh no, he is. He's pretty much on the back of Noah Gamer. 6/10 separating him. Oh, I think that may have been a vision lag, apologies. As they come round that final corner. He's got him in viewing distance, so he's going to be working his way to catch up to that leader. He needs to try and hold on to them. The gap, I'm being told now, though, is 2.55 seconds, so he is falling back from that leader.
As now, it looks... Love My Geordie really is working their way back up the grid from now P6 to P5, as they make a bit of mistake there, actually. But they're trying to work for that P5. And ahead of that is P4, I think. Not that far ahead, yeah. So they can work their way back up to P4 and hopefully P3 if Lucibot boxes again.
Yeah, we'll have to see what happens, and if Lucibot can get a quick pit stop here and be back out in fresh tyres. I mean, if you are Lucibot and you are going for a 2-stop, it's got to be now or never, right? Because if you go too late, you're only going to be on fresh tyres for like 4 laps, 5 laps.
Yeah.
But we'll see what him and his team make the decision to do. Noah Gamer navigating his way through this final sector, and he'll be headed on to lap 19 out of 20.
Oh, it's Sim hits the wall. That's P4 gone for them. Oh no, that's allowed Whitey Derek and Love My Geordie to go through.
Yeah, that's massive time he's lost there. So he was quite significantly behind. As Lucibot comes into the pits now, 3 seconds behind the leader. He is boxing, so we'll see how much time he loses. Just as we spoke about his strategy. He does come in. Hopefully he doesn't come out too far back. He's going to be on those fresh tyres, however, so he's going to be able to push. It looks like it's going to be P6, P7, P8, P9. Obviously, yes, he has an issue.
Why has he stopped? He's spun on late. He's spun on the pit exit. He's spun on the pit exit.
He's going back round for fresh tyres. No, no, no. And that may have just lost him any chance of a podium here.
I think the leaderboard is glitched here.
See you there. Yeah, I think it has glitched, but we'll wait and see. It's going to be.
He's
Is
going
it
to come out
P8?
Lano.
Oh
P12.
no, Lano, yeah, Lano's P11, so it must be P12, and that's really
Oh,
unfortunate.
P11, sorry.
So he's not even in the position of points right now. So he's really got.
Oh,
He's
dear.
got 7 laps now to see what he can do, prove himself, and he's the gap. No, that still needs to update. It says 15 seconds. Still.
Oh, Prime Drifter spins!
Has he lost that P2 position to YT Derek? Doesn't seem so, because he's got quite a bit of a barrier, 8 seconds. That's really not going to help him if YT Derek's on a bit of a push, especially if Prime Drifter's on older tyres. Let's cast our eyes back now. So Loosebot, who we were just discussing, he's down in P10. He's got 6 laps effectively to make up 50 seconds, the time in which he's lost in that pit on fresher tyres. I mean, surely...
Oh, and YT Derek spins! And that's love my joy to go into P3.
There's cars going round and round everywhere. I mean, the only reason Loosebot might be able to get a podium here is if he's hoping for a miracle. And with all these cars spinning, a miracle might be just what he gets.
Be interesting to see, wouldn't it?
Sure would. I mean, this is F2, so anything could surprise you. You saw we had an interesting incident in the sprint race with that collision. No collision in the feed race, but still as interesting.
I mean, we might be able to ask him if we can get collisions, if we ask nicely.
It may make it a little bit spicy, that's for sure.
Exactly. But it looks like Prime Drifter has got that P2 quite solidified, but as well as Noah Gamer is 11 seconds ahead of Prime Drifter. So it looks like Noah Gamer has really got this in the bag at the moment and could take the Drivers' Championship lead.
He secures this position and he just drives consistently and steady. I'd like to think he's going to take that win. It's unlikely he's going to lose that much time in the next lap. Obviously, I don't want to commentators curse it, but you know, you'd like to hope for him to be able to hold on to that pace.
I wonder, will Noah Gamer make a mistake and Prime Drifter come through? Because if that happens, that will really spice up the Drivers' Championship, because only 1 point separates those two. So this is really about the championship lead here.
Yeah, so not only are they fighting for points here, they're fighting for the championship lead between these two cars. Prime Drifter is 11 seconds behind Noah Gamer. It's fairly massive, to be honest with you. I don't really see how he's going to be able to come back from this. Love My Jolly's teammate is in P3 now, 17 seconds. So we're beginning to see a bit of a you know, buffer zone almost form up between P1 and P2 and P2 and P3.
The thing is though, if Prime Drifter makes a mistake, then that'll allow Love My Jolly to come through, even after that horrific pit mistake.
Oh, was that Craig spinning in the background? Was that tactical? It is tactical Roblox Pepsi going round and round on that uphill right-hander. That's a Brown Star, which didn't get it quite right either. He is a back marker, to be fair, but he's going to be trying to rejoin safely. Boak now comes into the pits to change his tyres for his second pit stop.
As we now look at the Ridley getting lapped by Noah Gamer. Exciting stuff.
Where is Boak Crafter going to come out? He comes out behind Loosebot and Sims. So a Loosebot moves up into P10. Boak Crafter moves up. Jex Miriam moves up. I don't know why that hasn't an update. That's saying he's still ahead of them.
I do have to say, Ridley is really fighting to not be lapped here. He's really fighting Noah Gamer here. Wow. It's a bit of a battle to not be lapped.
Yeah.
As they're now coming into turn 1. Look, Ridley really is fighting for it here, isn't he?
Driving that Audi car. Get a better exit almost, it seems. He's getting that switching down that corner up into the uphill right-hander. Can he get a fast exit? Seems to be on a slower now.
No, he's lost it now. He's lost it. Dear.
It was fun while it lasted.
It was fun while it lasted, though. That was going on for like the whole of last sector as well. Interesting. I feel like Love My Jolly's really going to chill out now for P3 unless not tactical Prime Drifter makes a mistake. getting quite a bit of lag right now.
Yeah, that is the server frozen at the moment. Please don't be a
Yeah,
crash.
oh!
Oh! Tragedy has stricken.
Oh no, will this spice up the last few laps then? Oh dear! Is this Noah Gamer's lead over? That'll definitely bring a halt to
Well,
his
it's going to be the gap reduced for sure.
Definitely. Uh-oh. I feel like Noah Gamer has just pooped his pants here. That's this has really not gone well for him now. I do have to say that has really ruined his chances of winning the race. Unless Noah Gamer can really pull it back. I wonder if they'll even restart the race, to be honest. Like, not restart.
Surely they've
stop the race.
Right?
I wonder if they won't bother.
Wait and see, as we'll stand by. We'll keep you updated with any live updates.
It seems me and Deepwood in the wrong server.
Oh, that's
not
good.
a soothe moment.
Are we in the wrong server?
I don't think so.
Am I?
Don't know. You tell me.
Trying to work out.
Apologies, everyone. It seems that we have been stricken by the deathly server restart.
I think I'm in. I think the account's in the right server. Who is this with?
As things were starting to get interesting, they're going to get even more interesting once we restart. Yeah. Be sure to stay tuned. Seems I can't even join a server at the moment. Huh. Seems like it's a bit of an issue. I can't actually. I'm only in a server with Deepwood and Noah.
So bear with us one moment as we try and fit these complications. I'm being informed that Loosebot had an issue with his pit UI, so it seems like it was a server-side issue, not himself when he had that pitting issue.
Seems like nobody's joining back. That's the thing. I don't know if you're on a server or not, but
oh yeah, I'm
not restarting for me.
Depod system sorted here. It's pretty to be difficult.
Nobody's joining back except for Noah.
Oh, and I've been informed the race will be ending there. So that will be our results as it. Noah Gamer finishes in P1. Prime Jitter finishes in P2. Love My Geordie in P3. YT Derek P4. Hawk P5. Incognito P6. Simsoman P7. JX Miriam P8. Boat Crafter P9, Loosebot P10, and that rounds off the points. Lano finishing P11, Ridley finishing P12, Lamb finishing P13, Tomic finishing P14, and Tactical Pepsi Noob finishing P15 to top off your 15 drivers finishing the race today. Thank you very much for tuning in to our coverage of the Tokyo Japan Season 3 Round 8 of the F2 Championship. Make sure to catch us tomorrow, where we will be live with F3 and I8. Also catch us on our YouTube channel, TikTok, or feel free to join the Discord in the description below. You have been joined by Despicable Devil and Blade Challenger, and we'll speak to you next time. Bye-bye.